about today? We want to talk to you about a very simple, but a very useful way to maintain health. It's by tiptoeing. To stimulate the soleus muscles of our calves. It helps us improve our blood sugar and our lipids, then reduce inflammation. Yeah, for a lot of sedentary people, especially helpful.
Yes, this method is really convenient. So let's just get started.
The first thing we need to explore is movement of the soleus muscle in W to help us lower postprandial blood sugar and blood lipids and the level of inflammation.
Right.
What is the science behind this?
It's the following. 2 recent studies, published in this Science and Medicine respectively. Okay, I found out. Actually, you just activate the soleus muscle deep inside your calf. Can bring many health benefits. The soleus muscle is actually only 1% of your body weight.
Right.
You can do this on tiptoe to activate it, and you don't have to stand up at all. It won't make you sweat. It is very suitable for those people who sit for a long time every day.
So why is this soleus muscle? Will it have such an effect?
Mainly because of the soleus muscle. It's got lots of slow muscle fibers in it, and it's also rich in mitochondria. It also has a very good blood supply, so it can be used directly, the glucose and fatty acids in our blood, to provide energy without relying on muscle glycogen. So he's like a little endurance champion. You can stimulate him for a long time. He won't get tired. Then you can help us continue to stabilize our blood sugar and blood lipids. It also suppresses inflammation.
I learned about this movement of the soleus muscle, its specific effects, and what is the applicable demographic? I want to ask, is there any specific experimental data? Can explain this soleus muscle movement. How good is it for your health?
There was, of course, an experiment. Just found some people who usually work for more than 10 hours a day. Let them sit there and do halibut push-ups. You know, tiptoe.
Okay.
It turned out that when this halibut G is doing this action, the intensity of his metabolism, it is nearly 8 times the muscle of the whole leg when walking.
God.
But it doesn't let your body's total energy consumption. A lot has changed.
The metabolic effects of this localized high-intensity exercise. That is truly amazing.
Yes, and this experiment also found that these guys are doing high-intensity tiptoeing. Their postprandial blood sugar level is within 3 hours, up to 52% down. At the same time, their insulin requirements were also reduced by 60%. Then the triglycerides in the blood, this harmful lipoprotein particle, there was a marked decline for regulating blood sugar and blood lipids. Really effective.
That sounds like it's really good for your body. Then I would like to ask, it's the tiptoe move. For those who already have coronary heart disease, can it also be done? Are there any results of any particular studies?
Yes, this Madison study. I specifically found some patients with coronary heart disease. Let them be on the basis of medication. Do it 3 times a day after meals. 8 minutes of tiptoeing. It turned out that 1 month later, their inflammatory markers go down significantly. And then 3 months later, their bad cholesterol, that's a 35% drop in LDL. And the good cholesterol, HDL, went up.
Wow!
Just dyslipid and inflammation level, the improvement effect is significantly better than that of simple medication.
Hey, that tiptoe move. Will it be like some sports? Let the blood sugar of patients with coronary heart disease rebound.
Not because he's on tiptoe. He's only using 1% of his muscle mass. So it stimulates very little adrenaline. So it won't be like a traditional sport. It's prone to bouncing hyperglycemia. It's perfectly safe, suitable as a daily exercise aid.
Then let's talk about it in detail. How do you do this tiptoe move? And are there any particular details that require attention?
This movement is actually very simple. You're sitting on a chair. Then put your feet flat, shoulder width. Then your back should be straight, front soles to the ground. Can't lift. Then you take 1 to 2 seconds. Raise your heels at a constant speed until you feel the back of your calf. It was slightly stretched. Then it falls slowly with the same amount of time. Just repeat it like this.
Sounds easy. Is there anything special about this rhythm and frequency?
The tempo is 8 to 12 beats per minute. You can do it in your office, or when chasing dramas, or when chatting after dinner.
Okay.
Does not affect, then different groups of people. You can adjust this duration according to your needs. Yes, let's say you are an office worker. You could do 5 out of every 45 minutes. If you are the elderly, you can choose to cook it for 10 minutes an hour after a meal. Then if you are a person with abnormal blood sugar and blood lipids, you can accumulate 20-30 minutes per day. How many times?
It seems really suitable for daily use. So the last thing we're going to talk about is this healthy concept of tiptoe exercise. Is what it gives us. What kind of new ideas for healthcare are conveyed?
This tiptoe exercise tells us you don't have to sweat a lot to exercise. It doesn't have to be a lot of money or find a dedicated venue.
Okay.
You just need to focus on the small details of your daily life. To make a change, you can easily improve your health.
I see. So health is actually not far away from us.
Yeah, this little move. Just do it. It activates this metabolic engine in our calves. Then let's even sit. You can also quietly buff our bodies. Helps us stabilize blood sugar and blood lipids. Give our health an extra layer of protection.
Right.
Ideal for this fast-paced life of modern people.
Okay, we talked a lot today. The tiptoe thing. The health benefits it brings to us. From regulating blood sugar and lipids to improving inflammation. To the specifics of this action. And for which groups. And then finally, there's the science behind it. It does make people feel. It turns out that healthcare can be so simple.
Okay, that's it for today's show. Then remember to be on tiptoe when it's okay.